Good morning, all. Sorry I couldn't be with you today, but I do have a sick child here at home. So I just wanted to take a second to talk a little bit about next week's summative on slope and slope-intercept form of a line. It's looking more and more likely that we won't be meeting together tomorrow. Nothing official has come down yet, but the weather forecast certainly looks as if we might be losing the day. And I've not heard one way or the other whether or not we're going to be going remote. In that case, um, if it is just a straight snow day with no remote learning, um, we're going to play it by ear with regard to next week's summative. I had initially planned on having the summative on Tuesday to give us a little bit of wiggle room in case of another weather situation, or if people needed more time, we would have it on Thursday available to finish any summatives up. That being said, if we lose tomorrow and aren't able to do a little bit more review, we will play it by ear with regard to the summative next week. I would like you to be prepared to go with the summative on Tuesday as planned. But if we honestly do not feel we're prepared for it, where you honestly, you take the time, you study, you review, you make a page of notes, all that stuff. If we do all that and we still feel a review would be beneficial, we can. We can certainly do that. So that's just what I wanted to touch base with you about regarding the summit of next week. I still think there's benefit to getting it done and out of the way, making a clean break before we go on break. But I'm not going to force it on Tuesday just because that's what I had originally planned. If we can make it work, great. If not, that's fine too, and we can go on Thursday. Here's what's going to be fair game for the summative whenever we have it. You have this on your review packet there that hopefully you've got in front of you. If not, I'll make sure there's a copy available on Google. But you should be prepared to, um, if I give you a line on a coordinate plane, you should be able to find the slope of that line. You should be able to do the up and over move, kind of the find the rise, find the run, and write it as a ratio, not an ordered pair. Please write things as, remember, slope is always a ratio, a fraction, not an ordered pair. You should be able to find the slope if I give you the two coordinates. If I give you two ordered pairs, you should be able to calculate the slope with the difference of the y's, the change in y's over the change in x, delta y over delta x, or y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You should also be able to create an equation of a line in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, given the following. If I give you the slope and I give you the y-intercept, that should be a gift to put something in y equals mx plus b if you know the m and if you know the b. Almost as easy as if you had the line, if you had the graph of the line. If you have the graph of the line, you should be able to look at that and say, all right, I can see that it's hitting at this point on the y-axis, and I could figure out this slope. If I give you the slope and the coordinates of one point on the line, so if I tell you that the slope, for instance, is 1/2 and it contains the point 10 comma 12, can you use the m, the x, and the y to figure out the y-intercept and write the equation of the line from that? And then the coordinates of 2 points on the line. If I give you two ordered pairs that are on the line, can you write the equation of the line from that? Can you first calculate the slope and then use the slope and one of the ordered pairs to find the y-intercept? You should be able to graph the line on the coordinate plane. If I give you the equation in slope-intercept form, if I give you the y and the slope and the y-intercept, or if I give you the slope in any point on the line. So not only should you be able to write the equation, you should be able to get the graph of that equation on the coordinate plane. You also, what we did most recently, I just want to, you should be able to determine if two lines are parallel, perpendicular, or merely intersecting. That should be intersecting, not intercepting. You know, if I give you two lines that have equal slope, can you tell me the lines are parallel? If I give you two lines and their slopes multiply together and give you -1, could you know that? Will you know that they're perpendicular? And can you apply? Um, can you model real world situations with equations written in slope-intercept form? This is something we've been doing all year. We just haven't really been calling it slope-intercept form, but it's what we've been doing right along. So this, I don't really anticipate being a huge issue for people. You are allowed 1 page of notes, 8.5 inch by 11 inch, whatever you want on it. I would suggest, as you go through this practice worksheet that I've provided you, really pay attention to the mistakes that you are making. Really pay attention as you're hopefully working with people on this document, on that practice worksheet. Like, oh, this is a mistake I always make. On your page of notes, make sure you you communicate that to your future self to say, hey, don't forget, the y's go on in the numerator and the x's go in the denominator in slope. Don't forget that slope should be written as a fraction and not an ordered pair. Things like that. Like whatever the mistakes that you make are, make sure you use that page of notes to help avoid those mistakes. You know, it's kind of knowing where the cop hangs out so you don't get the speeding ticket. That's what you want to do. That's how you want to treat it. That page of notes. So we've had this little chat. We've got that practice worksheet that gives level 2 and level 3 type problems. You can be working on creating a page of notes that you can use on your on the summative, and yeah, help each other out, work together. Don't just give each other the answers. Help each other out. If you have any really pressing questions, shoot me an email. I might be able to get back to it at some point. And please reach out if you do have questions, and we will touch base whenever we see each other again. And take the time to prepare for the summative. All right? Have a great day, everyone.